evening and welcome back, poetry lovers. It is I, ZM Wise, and here I am with another home recording just for you. Tonight I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing none other than, boom, David Bowie, The Width of a Circle. Pretty much the complete 1970 recordings that would lead into his album, The Man Who Sold the World. Now there's some debate on whether or not the album was released in November of 1970 or April of 1971. And while Bowie's sessions took place in 1970, the site confirmed the latter. It was 1971. But still, last year they released Metropolis, the 50th anniversary edition of Man Who Sold the World, and this was the original title. The original concept art includes the lyrics to all 9 songs, and there's a 50th anniversary edition remix by none other than Tony Visconti. But enough about that. This is pretty much the companion piece. But as a little treat to myself, you have to do that every once in a while. It's healthy. And I'm absolutely mad about Bowie's work. For those of you who don't know, major Bowie fan. My Bowie collection is just out of control. So it's a problem, but it's also the solution. So what are you gonna do? So just a few key pointers before we unwrap this baby and examine the contents of this lovely book / 2 CD set. First of all, The Width of a Circle refers to the first and lengthiest track on the album, The Man Who Sold the World. One of the most lyrically brilliant pieces I've ever heard / read in my entire life. It's pretty much a battle between good and evil in the worst way possible. The contents on the back, so disc 1 includes the Sunday Show introduced by John Peel, recorded on February 5th, 1970. And many of these songs, not all of them, but many of these songs are also included, I believe, are included on Bowie's BBC album, Bowie and the Beeb. And it's absolutely wonderful. And I know they've made pretty much bootlegs of the complete BBC sessions for Bowie. I believe it's called The Rise and Rise of Ziggy Stardust, and it's like a 4-disc set. It's amazing. Now, disc 2, looking forward to much more. For the first time ever, these 5 songs have been released officially. There have been bootlegs of 3 of these songs, and it's for the Looking Glass Murders, aka Pierrot and Turquoise. And Pierrot was this French clown, and Bowie dressed as him as well. Bowie was very much into mime, into theater, so pretty much had a handle on this before he began. And so it includes these 5 tracks, just like Columbine, Harlequin, Threepenny, Pierrot, and then When I Live My Dream, and then When I Live My Dream, reprise rather. Now, Harlequin is an interesting track because there was a track in Pierrot and Turquoise called The Mirror that Bowie wrote. I wonder if this is the alternate title. There's only one way to find out, right? So that'll be interesting. And there are singles. There's the alternative mix of The Prettiest Star, which Bowie, of course, dedicated to his wife at the time, Angie. London by Tata. And it's really interesting because the song Threepenny Pierrot became London by Tata. It's just wonderful. Listen carefully to the melody. It's the same damn thing. Love it. It also includes the 2-part version, single versions of Memory of a Free Festival, which was on his previous album, just called David Bowie, which people now know as Space Oddity. And sometimes it's called Man of Words, Man of Music. So, a few titles there. Then, of course, one of the versions of Holy Holy. It's the more raw take before it became a faster song on the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars. Then there are the Sounds of the 70s, the Andy Ferris show, recorded on 25th March 1970. A few tracks on there. And then the 2020 mixes. The 2020 mix of The Prettiest Star, 2020 mix of London by Tata, 2020 mix of a single version of Memory of a Free Festival. That should be interesting. Wonder what they're going to omit from that track. And for the first time, from what I've seen, a single edit of All the Madmen, one of Bowie's very crucial songs on Men Who Sold the World. A very personal piece, too. Part of it was about his half-brother. Another 2020 mix of Holy Holy. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and unwrap this baby. I'm doing it by hand because one of the last times I tried to use a knife, it scarred what I was trying to unwrap permanently, and it was one of the few copies available, so I'm not doing that again. See? Easy peasy. Just dig your claws. So, it's pretty much constructed the same way as the anniversary edition of Pink Floyd's Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Looks the same exact way, except the color was red. Let's see what this book has to offer. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Bowie in one of two famous pieces of clothing for Man Who Sold the World photo shoot. Yeah, so it, very nice handwritten lyrics to The Width of a Circle. Very impressive. So it just goes into certain sections. There are news clippings here and there. Man Who Sold the World wasn't extremely high in demand. I mean, there were certain pieces that people loved, but it's just didn't gain as much recognition as it should have. So went through a little bit of a rough time with that, but it wasn't as rough as one would think. There's the flip side to The Prettiest Star conversation piece, which was on his previous album, and yeah, so it just goes into detail. Track by track. My goodness, I am a lucky guy. So, I'm not going to show you all of it, unless you want me to just do this and you can just pause. And then here are the two CDs. So, he truly is a legend. Really is. Lucky to have delved into his work when I did. His work literally saved my life at a time I needed it the most. So I owe a chunk of my artistic drive, creative drive, and life to Bowie and his work. So definitely get your copy today. Width of a Circle. You will not regret this. It's actually not as expensive as one would think, and it has some pretty rare material in here. So get it while you still can. David Bowie, Width of a Circle. If you like what you have seen here tonight, please like and subscribe my channel. There are plenty of other videos to go around. There are other music-related book reviews, because technically part of that is a book. And there are also live performances of me reading my poetry, as well as certain clips of me singing. Yes, I love to sing. I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. Yeah. And there are interviews with other creators. If you are a creator of any sort of medium and you would like an interview, you'd like some sort of promotion, please contact me. And definitely watch some of the other sample videos so you know what you'd be getting into. Poetry lives, long live the arts, and long live David Bowie. Okay.